And before I go another step further, oh, somebody is recording me. Great. All right. So we're going to jump into it tonight. The goal is, at our company, Think Energy, we do two things really well. It's pretty basic stuff. We get customers, and then we get people who get customers, customer gatherers. Okay, so we're advisors, we get customers, and then we teach other advisors how to get customers. And if everybody does a little bit, a whole lot gets done. It's funny because if you look at the top rank of our company, you have to have 24 personal customers and a team of 50,000 customers. If somebody showed me an opportunity and said, Ed, you can get to the top, all you need to do is go out there and get 50,000 customers, I would say, not interested. That's like a job. I'm not going to be able to get 50,000 customers personally. I only know 24 people that are going to be customers. But if you get in and you get 5 or 10 customers, and then you teach 3 other people to get 5 customers, and you teach 3, and you can get 50,000 customers really quickly. So our business model is built for speed and duplication. Okay, so let's jump into it. Just as a refresher for everybody, kind of want to give you the footprint of our community solar business. If you can see right now, we're only going to be talking about active states where we can go out and actually get customers right now. You can see the states that are forthcoming in short order. They're going to be rolling on in the next week or two. And then we've got legislation that's been pending and passing in some of these states. So we've got a great future. We've got a great future map to look forward to. And after these states are done, then we'll get more states and it'll just keep going. Okay. The goal is 50 states, and 5-6 years from now, we'll be a nationwide company with community solar. And we're the lucky ones. The folks that are on the Zoom right now are the lucky ones because we know about it now. We don't know about it in 5 years when it's perfect and everything's perfect. We know about it now. So it's very exciting for the people who are, I call ourselves like we're the ones that are really building the foundation of this company, the folks that are really running down the charge. So these are our community solar markets. Now, we also have electricity. Primarily, electricity market is not something that's going to grow like the community solar markets because, when the federal government gave over the right of the states to deregulate their industry of energy, some states said, okay, I want to do it. Some states didn't. So the federal government said that the utilities were a monopoly, but they kicked it to the states to make their own decisions. And some of the states decided to deregulate and allow for competition, and some didn't, right? So this is our footprint for our electric business. You can see there's about 14 states in DC, and then we also have Texas, okay? So got the basic rundown on the states and where we're able to kind of acquire customers right now. And the share of this is what I'm talking about, is the duplication and the simplicity of our business. A lot of times new advisors come in and they have these grandiose ideas of they're just going to call the craziest people and just get millions of customers, and then they start going out to get customers, and they start to say, this is different than I thought. I'm going to focus on what works, because if you notice all of the people in the company that are moving up the ranks, they're moving up the ranks fast, and they're following our duplication system, which is keeping it super simple. I'd say a good 90% of the advisors that we're attracting to our company at this stage of the game are new to the energy space. They've never experienced it before. So we want to dumb this thing down to make it so that everybody can succeed with us. And if you follow the basic rules and the basic duplication, you're going to have success. You can't help but have success. That's what it's designed for, is to create the most amount of success for the most amount of people. So we have our entire building block is based off of the 5-3-5. People say, what's 5-3-5? Well, let's talk about 5-3-5. Okay. We think that the best route for a new advisor to get started is to have a goal. Okay. Goals are important. You want to get to 50,000 team customers. You got to have goals to do that. You can't just luck into it. So the first mini goal that we should all want for our new advisors is to get to the rank of regional energy advisor in their first 30 days. Why 30 days? Because if you do this, you're off to a good start. You're getting the double bonus for reaching the rank within 30 days. And you're also experienced enough now to train on the 5-3-5 model for all of your new advisors. So let's talk about that. Acquiring 5 personal customers. Remember, electric customers are one customer. Community solar customers is one customer. Okay, so if you get one household that gets electric and community solar, you've got 2 personal customers. So just acquire 5 personal customers. Typically, when someone signs up as an advisor, first thing that they should do is get themselves enrolled as a customer for electric and community solar if they can, right? That's 2 customers right there. So get 5 personal customers and then bring on 3 other new energy advisors, the people that you expressed the opportunity to. You've talked to them about becoming an advisor in the business opportunity. They sign up in your business, and now your whole focus should be on helping them get their first 5 customers. Get them to this training, get them to a recording of this training, and they'll get their 5 customers. Okay. Help them get 5 customers each. And guess what? You've got 20 team customers, 5 from you, 15 from your team, 5 each, and you've got total of 20 team customers. You've now promoted to regional energy advisor. The minimum amount of commission you're going to get from that is $450 if you do it within 30 days. The maximum is somewhere like, I don't know, $1,700 or something. There's a big number, whether it's electric or community solar or combination of. But it's a great success story right out of the gates. And now you've cut your teeth. You know what you're doing. You feel more confident in what you're doing with this business by just achieving this regional energy advisor rank. Remember, we're in the midst right now of this promotion. When we launch a brand new market for community solar, every market gets a 30-day clock to go out and get customers in that state. Okay. So right now, for example, in Maryland, where I am, we have until April 15th to get 30 customers for community solar in the state of Maryland. So you have to get all the customers from one state. So if I got 30 community solar customers in the state of Maryland before April 15th, that means that I would get the maximum bonus. But 1 through 14, if you get 1 through 14 customers, you get an extra $25 bonus above and beyond the regular compensation. As soon as you get your 15th customer, it turns into $50 per customer, and that is retroactive all the way back to customer number 1. So that's a huge deal just to get the 15 customers, because now they're all worth $50 a piece. But then if you get 30 plus, you're going to get retroactively 100 from the very first customer. So strive to get 30 customers before the end of each promotional period for each state. We've got Massachusetts today, for example, just came out with an amazing news where everyone in the N-Star market can now sign up for community solar and they get 10%. It used to be just LMI, but now they've got open inventory, which is really exciting. So folks up there are brand new in their clock. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to hit 30 customers in Massachusetts. Now, you can either take the $3,000 that you get in cash. Great. That's awesome. Or you can say, I'd rather have the trip coming up in September. September, I think 15th through 18th is a trip to Puerto Rico. All expense paid for 2 people, including airfare. It's worth about $4,000. You can trade your $3,000 for that trip and really get into the culture of this company and meet some of the leaders. And you've earned your way there. We'd love to have you, But if you get 50 customers, you get another $2,000 to spend while you're in Puerto Rico, right? So it's a really awesome promotion that they have. Take advantage of it. And then, got the rank system. The higher you go up in rank, the more bonuses you get and the more compensation you get overall. So getting to that first rank of regional energy advisor, really important. It sets you up for success because now you're confident, you're able to start really teaching other people. You've been through it enough to know how to articulate it well with your new folks that are coming in and build a gigantic team. All right, so let's get into the weeds here a little bit with some techniques that people are using, including myself, that are really great techniques for gathering customers. Okay. We've got arguably one of the best and easiest products in the entire world history to go out to market with. Everybody who's fortunate enough to hear from you is going to be the beneficiary of savings guaranteed money in their pocket for the next 20 years. Okay. So that's really something that should give you confidence to pick up that phone and start dialing for dollars, because this is a pretty simple sale, right? It's a state program. It's guaranteed savings. We've never seen anything like this. I've been in the energy space for 15 years. We've been wanting and wishing for something like this for 15 years, and we finally have it now, right? So there's a couple techniques. I'm going to show you 3 basic ones. These are for your low-hanging fruit people. Now, remember, when I tell you to get your first 5 customers, this is the people I'm talking about, right? The low-hanging fruit: mom, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, family member, best friends, business colleagues, people that you go to work with every day. These are low-hanging fruit. Some of them you can just say, hey, I need your help. I'm building a new business. I'm really excited about it. It's a guaranteed benefit for you. I need you to be my customer. Do me a favor, support me in my business. You can get those folks for your family, but getting the 5 customers is so important, because if you can't get 5 customers, how could you ever expect to teach others to do something that you haven't done yourself? So the first thing you should check box off when you sign up to become an advisor, you go through your certification, your website goes live. First thing you should be thinking about is getting your first 5 customers, because once you've completed that task, now you can move on to sponsor 3 other advisors, and you have the authority to teach them how to get 5 customers each. So the first method is, I call it the LMI method, right? Low to moderate income method, because obviously some of the savings in low to moderate income community solar markets are really big, and they're really exciting to talk about with people. Unfortunately, not everyone qualifies for LMI. Okay. So the first one is where I take a picture, a screenshot of the qualifications. Let's say this is an example for Illinois. So I just go in and I took a screenshot, showed the utilities and what the qualifications are. And then I just send a text out to Mike. And I say, Mike, kind of crazy question, but do you know anyone that qualifies for any of these state programs? Because if you do, we need to move fast. Really cool benefit. Now, Mike could look at the list and say, I don't qualify for any of those things, but you know what? I know my sister, she's going through a tough time right now. She's on the SNAP program. My sister does great. Okay, Mike, do you have a second to chat? Mike says, okay. You get on the phone and you say, Mike, there's a great new program. It's a state program designed to help people save money on their electricity bill. It's called Community Solar. It works great. You enroll and you become part of a farm. You subscribe to a farm. And because you're supporting the farm, that we're going to get you a guaranteed benefit for the next 20 years for being on that farm. Now, the reason why I asked if you qualified for LMI is because if you did, you get a bigger savings. But even if you don't qualify for LMI, you're getting a minimum of whatever it is. You're in the state. You have to do a little research on what the state is and know what you're talking about, 5% or 10% or whatever it is. Say, so I figured I'd reach out to you and share this information with you. I'd love to have you as a customer. Love to get you on the farm. Great. How do I do it? Okay. And I'll go through some tips on how to reply to these people when they say, okay. So, and here's another one. Jake John, found something pretty cool that you may qualify for. Send me a quick copy of your utility bill, PDF, or just a picture, and I can see if you qualify. It's a new state program. I can find out pretty quickly by just looking at your bill. Cheers, Ed. Now, there's a group of people in your life that you could feel comfortable sending this to. And that group of people would just say, okay, I'll take a picture of my bill and send it over to you. Okay. And then once you've got the bill, I'm going to show you what we do with that next. So you get them to send you the bill. More importantly here, what you're doing is you're not saying, hey, John, I've got a guaranteed 10% savings on your utility bill for the state program. Sometimes people hear that and they just say, oh, it's one of those things. I don't want to hear about it. But when you say, send me a bill so I can see if you're qualified, it changes the entire perception of the communication with them, saying like, boy, I'd love to be qualified for something. I'm never qualified for anything. And let me send them my bill and see if I actually qualify for something. Sometimes giving them something they won't take, but if they have to qualify for it, all of a sudden they're all ears, right? So it's just a kind of a perception thing, right? Then the third one is, Judy, send me a copy of your utility bill. Wanted to see if you qualify for the community. So I meant to say for the community state, the Illinois or Maryland State Community Solar Program. You're going to be happy if you qualify. Cheers, Ed. Just a couple ideas that you could send to contacts in your phone. And one of the things I like about this strategy is that these are people that you will get a text back no matter what. They're just people, they're not going to ignore you. They're not going to just not respond at all. They're going to respond in one way or another, right? And then you have the opportunity to pick up the phone and call them. But it's different after you've sent this communication to them and they've responded, because now when you go to talk to them, it's not like you're calling them out of the blue and catching them in the middle of something. And then they say to you, Ed, I know you got something great to talk to me, but it's not a good time for me right now. I'm busy. Can you call me back later? Because that puts a new advisor in the state of like, oh, geez, they didn't want to talk to me. They didn't want to hear what I had to say. So when I send this first and I get a response back, then I say, can we jump on a quick call? Now the call has a purpose. It's not just me calling you out of the blue, trying to sell you something. It's me now talking to you and you are ready to hear what I have to say because you responded back. So it's a different way to communicate with people that doesn't make you an annoyance, doesn't make you a pest, it makes you a professional. Okay. That's the best way I can kind of describe this perception. Another script that I got this from Kirk today, hot off the press. He's been using it, lots of success with this. Hey, Bob, let me ask you something. This is a talking to Bob, right? Are you taking advantage of the free state sponsored discount off your electricity bill? Question mark. Bob, no. What are you talking about? Bob, grab your bill and let me see if you qualify. Now I have Bob's bill and I enter his information. Great news, Bob. You qualify. As a matter of fact, you're getting X%. This will go down as the market grows. So let's get you locked in. Right now, you're getting 10% or whatever it is. Let's get you locked in to the farm so that you can get this savings before the savings start to deteriorate over time. Bob, if you want to get in line now, as you may not you want to get in line now, you may not get on the solar farm if you wait. Oh, by the way, after analyzing your bill, it looks like I can give you even more value with a better electricity rate because remember, you've got the bill. You've got the bill. That's really an important piece of this puzzle is you having that information that you've gotten from them, okay? Because now you can look at who they're paying for their third-party electric supply now, what kind of rate they have, if they're still with the utility or if they're with a third party, if they're with a variable rate. There's lots of information you can extract by getting a customer's bill, okay? So that's a great script to have right there. Now, these are tips for customer enrollment and gathering. When you call someone about Think Energy and the community solar program, I always ask them to send me a copy of their bill via texting, a quick picture, or download the PDF file to see if they qualify for community solar. I already know they do. They're a residential meter in the state that I'm calling from, so I already know that they qualify. Once I have the bill, I can really inspect it. I can find out how much they're paying for their electric supply. I know how much they can save from the community solar program. Because remember, they send me the bill and I have a chance to look at it and I see that their total bill was $300. I can kind of look at how much the taxes and ancillary charges were, minus that out, get the remaining amount. And if it's a 10% market, I could say, yeah, they're going to save about $25 a month just for being on the community solar program. And if their electricity works out, I could save them another maybe 10 or $20 or whatever. So I know that when I call them back, I've got about $30, $40 worth of savings for them, right? So when I call them back, I say, good news conversation, right? And I assist them in getting enrolled. I assist them in getting enrolled. That's a really important thing. I is really important. Who does the enrollment? The customer does, but I assist them. I ensure and assure that the customer is going to enroll by walking them through the process. If you take the time to walk them through the enrollment, it will go smoothly and you will get them as a customer. You'll be able to go in your back office. You'll be able to see it real time, show up in the pending verified, and you'll be like, boom, victory. And we all know what victory does. When you get a victory, you are unstoppable. You are ready to make your next call because you just got a customer. You're feeling good about yourself. So you capitalize on those little victories and you move forward with new customers. Okay. It's amazing what the confidence will happen when you get a customer, when you're first starting in this business and you call someone and they trust you enough to be your customer and do it. That puts your confidence level way up and you kind of become unstoppable at that point. All right. If you send the link and tell them to enroll on their own, guess what? It ain't gonna happen. It's just not. It's 9 out of 10 times, it's just not gonna happen. There are some do-it-yourselfers out there, but they're far and few between, right? I find that we've all learned this, by the way, the hard way. I'm teaching stuff the way that I'm teaching it because I don't want you to learn the hard way. The hard way is, okay, let me send you my link. You can get enrolled just by clicking on it and following the process. Okay, what happens? The customer gets the link. They go in, they look at it, they start saying, oh, what's an electric choice ID number? What's an account number? I don't know what these things are. You know what? I like the program, but I'm going to put it to the side and I'll get to it later because I just don't have the time right now. It looks a little more complicated than I thought. I'll get to it later. And then 2 days later, you're like, they didn't sign up. They said, send me the link. They're going to sign up, but they didn't sign up. And you're sitting there saying like, what's wrong? Wow, what's going on here? And then you have to call the customer, the prospect again. And you have to say, hey, I just wanted to call, check in to see if you had a chance to kind of look at, oh, you know what, Ed, that's right. I got the link. I forgot all about it. I'll get to it tonight when I get home from work. And I'm like, okay, great. They're going to do it tonight when they get home from work. They get home from work. Guess what? The kids put the kids to bed and they start watching The Bachelor or something and they just forget about it, right? So then 2 more days go by and you're like, oh, I got to pick up the phone and call them again. I don't want to do this. You call them again and you're like, hey, how are you? I just want to, and like, oh my gosh, Ed, I'm so sorry. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I promise you. I mean, don't count me out. I'm still in. But you never feel satisfied. You're always feeling like you're pestering them. Don't do that. It's torture. Trust me, it's torture. Don't do it. Go through, make an appointment, schedule the time professionally. Say, I can help you get enrolled. What time works for you tomorrow? Or can you do it later tonight? 7 o'clock? Perfect. We'll get on a Zoom or I'll just walk you through it over the phone. I know how to do it. Great. Okay. 7 o'clock tonight at the prearranged time. I call them up on the phone. I say, okay, let's get you started. Let's get you going. That way you just have control over it. You know it's going to get done. These are really critical pointers that I'm giving you right now because I have been new. I have had this happen. I've had people outright reject me, say, no, Ed, go away from me. I've been through all this stuff, the pain of it all. And the only way you get to the pleasure is by going through the pain, right? So I'm trying to avoid a lot of pain for a lot of new people that are coming into this business to do it the right way from the get-go, okay? All right, these are step-by-step enrollment instructions, right? Get the customer to send you your utility bill, quick picture or PDF copy. Do an analysis of the bill. Look at what the prices they're paying for electricity supply. Do the math, see how much they will save with community solar. Okay. Call the customer back with good news. Great news. You are not only qualified for community solar, but you will also benefit from our electricity rates as well. Looking at your last month, looking just at your last month, you could have saved blah, 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 whatever the number is. Let's get you enrolled with Think Energy. I can walk you through the process and we can get it done in less than 5 minutes. Are you ready now? Enroll them. And if they aren't ready or can't take it, that can't at that particular moment, set an appointment and get them enrolled. Ask them for now this is once you get them enrolled, this is a really great part of it. When you get someone enrolled, that customer actually feels really good that they just did it. They're like, you know what? That wasn't as painful as I thought. I did it. I'm going to start getting some benefits. I'm going to start saving some money. I'm excited about this. Thank you for staying on top of me like that, Ed. Now it's a great time for me to say, do you have any referrals? Or ask if there's anybody else in their family that you could call with them on their behalf to introduce them. Or at that point, you could introduce them to the Free Energy Club. So I've got them as a customer now, and I say, okay, listen, now that you're signed up, I wanted to introduce you to this great program that we have. It's called the Free Energy Club. It's amazing. You could get free energy supply forever if you do it. If you just refer some customers. Tell me how that works, Ed. Okay, I take them to my website. I go to the free energy part, the tab on the Free Energy Club, and then I walk them through and it says the lowdown. And I just go through, say, if you get 3 customers, you get 10%. If you get 10 customers, you get 40% off your supply. If you get 20 customers, you get 100% off your supply. You're no longer paying for energy supply up to $2,000 a year. So here, let's get you set up. And I say, go say you're already a customer, click here, put in your email that you signed up with, and you'll be logged into your back office where you can start sending off emails to people. Let's get your mom, your sister, your brother, aunt, let's get those low-hanging fruit customers so you can at least get the 10%. I want to try to help my customers get to at least 10% because if I get them there, they're never leaving. Plus, more importantly, they're getting an email every month showing them that they're getting savings. They're getting a rebate back for 10% of their energy supply costs. They're going to be apt to want to go get 7 more for them to get 40%. It just kind of works in perpetual motion at that point. And if it seems appropriate, now is the best time to talk to them about becoming an advisor. Boom. So, you know, sometimes you say, I got you as a customer. Listen, this is the easiest thing I've ever done. I'm giving away free money to everyone who pays a utility bill in the state of Maryland or Massachusetts, whatever. It's got a business model that would blow your mind. I love, if you're open, if you're entrepreneurial, if you want to make some extra money, I've got a program that will blow your mind. I'll send you a video, watch it, and then we can jump on a call and I'll get one of my partners on who's really knows all the Q&A and stuff like that, the verification call. So it's a natural progression when you get a customer to either introduce them to the Free Energy Club or introduce them to the business at that point. It's a no-brainer. All right. Couple more tips for urgency, right? If I call up someone and I say, oh, hold on, let me just mute someone. So if I call someone up and say, listen, you know, if they're saying like, you know what, Ed, that sounds really good. Let me do some research. Let me check it out. Let me see what I can do, kind of a little investigation on my own. I say, listen, I have 20 spots remaining on the current farm that I'm filling right now. Once those 20 spots are taken, we'll need to wait for the next farm to be built. And that could take 6 months or longer to get that done. So if you need to think about it, don't take long because I can't promise that those 20 spots won't be completely gone. Let's talk tomorrow. Send them the state official release about the program, credibility, the 2-minute and 30-second solar video, and a brochure for them to read over, and then make an appointment to talk to them tomorrow. Urgency is the key because if you get them in the mode of, okay, I want to do this, but I have to think about it, don't think about it for a week. Think about it overnight and let's get you on the farm because there won't be any space left. The good news about this is it's a little bit, I want to call it like a little bit misleading because I have more than 20 spots and I know that. But at the end of the day, the customer's going to get such a benefit for being on the farm. So I don't know what I have to do to get them on that farm. They're going to benefit for doing it. Okay. They're going to benefit for being on that farm. So the urgency factor is pretty legit here. Also, let them know that the savings could decrease in the future if they wait. They run the risk of getting on the farm with a savings that isn't as good as it is today. Listen, if you wait, the savings right now is 10% or 20% or whatever it is. If you wait, it could go down to 5%. I can tell you from experience in New York State, it started at 20% about 5 years ago, and now it's down to 5%. So all the people that got in 5 years ago are getting 20% off their entire electricity bill for the next 20 years, or for them, 15 years. But the ones that are signing up today are only getting 5%. So you run that risk. And then also the consolidated billing. Consolidated billing is coming in the future, but savings typically goes down when the utility is consolidated. You will only be on dual billing for a few months if you sign up in the states of Maryland or New Jersey. So get in now, lock in those savings. Okay. So some of the markets we know that are going to be consolidated billing very quickly. Some we don't know. But at the end of the day, even if we don't know, eventually they will be consolidated billing. And eventually the savings rate will come down. So get them while you can on the highest possible savings. Just a couple tips right there. All right. Now we do have great brochures that are popping up. If you go to thinksuccess.plus and you go into your back office under tools and documents, you can find these great flyers that you can go download them, put your, see at the bottom, it says get.thinkenergy/. You're doing a trade show or something, you want to print out 100 of these and make sure that your URL's down there at the bottom, and print them out and bring them to the trade show, or have them in your car. In case you bump into someone, you can just give them a flyer and then say, let me follow up with you at the end of the day or tomorrow, and talk to you a little bit more about the program. So we have great marketing materials for you to be able to go to market with, as a great way to kind of like a prop for you to be able to share and kind of go over. Save money on your electric bill, join for free, cancel anytime, no rooftop panels required, support the local community solar farms. Boom, and it tells you all about the program. Easy peasy. It's a great way for a new person to be with someone and show them the benefits of community solar just by reading off a pamphlet. Now we get into the process of enrolling those customers. Okay. So if an advisor comes in the business and they can be their own customer, obviously that's the first thing that you should do, because they're going to stumble through the enrollment process a little bit. They're going to learn a lot by enrolling themselves. Okay. If they can enroll themselves, then they can enroll someone that they know well enough to fumble with, to go through that first person, like your mom or your brother, your sister, your aunt, someone who loves you and wants you to succeed and is willing to stumble through the first enrollment that you have with you. Okay. So all you do is you go to your website, you type in the zip code, and then it shows you what the offerings are in that zip code. You'll see anything that's Think Clean is going to be electricity deregulation. Anything that's community solar is going to be community solar farms, right? Showing the discount. Okay. And then you click sign up. Okay. As soon as you do that, it's going to ask for basic information: first name, last name, email address, confirm email address. Then it takes you to the next step. Right here, it needs basic information. It needs the utility address, your utility address. Okay. That basic information needs your phone number and it needs your date of birth. Okay. That's for for them to verify the account that this is who they say it is. This is a beautiful thing because it makes it so that you can't enroll someone illegally, like just by getting their own bill. The customer has to be aware that they're being enrolled. And this kind of protects us, because third-party verification can be a real pain in the butt. If we didn't have this information while they were enrolling, we'd have to have them go through a phone call after they enrolled to verify they are who they are. That's pain in the butt. Nobody wants that. So this happens automatically. Then we get to the next part. And this is the part that usually left to themselves to try to enroll. They would get here and be like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what is my electric choice ID number. Okay. But because you're walking them through the program, you're walking them through the enrollment, You say, oh, to find the electric choice ID on your bill, do you see where it says next to it, where do I find this? Click on that link and it will show you a PDF copy of the bill, and it will circle the exact numbers that you need from your bill to put here. Okay, great. That's so simple. I love that. Then they go in and type in their information. They confirm it because people transpose digits. Sometimes they're 10 or 15 letters and numbers, and you transpose digits. So we confirm it because we want the information that goes in to be correct and flawless, because that makes the customer go through and qualify quickly and easily rather than get rejected for something silly like transposed digits. Okay. Then we get to customer account number. Same thing. Where do I find this? Boom. You get the numbers, you put it in. And then it says enter the average monthly electricity bill, inclusive of all your charges. Look at the bill, look at the averages. Say, what are you normally paying, Joe, for electricity every month? Oh, I don't know, 250. Okay, great. Not really critical that you get it exactly right, just a basic all-around figure. So put 250 in there, whatever. And then upload a recent electricity bill. Now, one of the reasons why I ask people to send me a copy of the bill, this is a little background secret, right? Send me your bill to see if you qualify for the community solar program. The reason why I'm doing that is to examine the bill, but more importantly, when it comes time to the enrollment process, they have it right in front of them. They have it so that they can upload it. Okay, because I'm walking them through the enrollment process. It's easier than saying, oh, let me go see if I can find it. Hold on, I got a bunch of files over here. Let me go see if I can log in and see if they sent me an email. You avoid that because they already have it in front of them. So it takes a huge burden off the enrollment process when they have that bill right there. Then they go through there and they hit submit and they go to the finalization stage. And this is just for community solar with electricity customers. They're basically done at that point. They don't have to do anything else. But for community solar, because some markets are dual bill, you have to collect this information as well. It's billing information. I'll kind of explain what that's all about. But they put in their basic information. I already had that page. Then they put in payment credentials, credit card information, this basic stuff here. And how do you want to verify your enrollment? Do you want to get a text message to review and verify the link, or do you want to get an email? So you choose which one is a better communication for the customer. And then you go through, click the boxes and hit submit, and it's done. You're done. You can be like, yes, I did it. I did it. The customer's going to be happy. They're going to benefit. This is going to be awesome. I feel great. I'm going to make another call right now and get another customer. I'm telling you, it happens to you. Every time you get a customer, you feel like you're on fire. Your confidence is there. And the more you do this, the easier it gets. It's practice makes perfect, right? So let's talk about, there's 3 markets, New York, Virginia, and Illinois. They're all unified billing already. It's easy. You don't need any payment credentials. You just go through and enroll. Everything works out beautifully. For the other states that are dual bill markets, then you've got to understand how dual billing works. Okay. So here's a basic example, right? This is a 10% savings market that we're talking about here. Call it Massachusetts. So before they ever talked to you, they were paying a utility bill. It was $150. They would get the bill. They would pay $150. Life goes on, right? But you just showed them a way that they could put money in their pocket, guaranteed savings, right? So you say, I can get you 10% off your bill for the next 20 years if you sign up for a community solar farm. Okay, how does that work? Well, right now it's not consolidated billing; it's called dual billing. But this is when the rates or the savings are the greatest, is when it's dual billing. So the way it will work is your utility bill used to be $150 and you pay it, but now your utility bill that was $150 is going to show when you're on the farm. It's going to show that you got a solar credit of $130. So the actual utility bill that you have to pay is only going to be $20. Okay. Basically taxes and ancillary charges. Okay. The community solar credits are how many credits you got from the farm, and you pay Think Energy or one of our partners, Arcadia or Think Energy. You're going to get a separate bill for $130, but it's going to be including the discount on it of 10%. So that takes $13 off that 130 and makes it 117. So if you add up the utility bill that you paid and the dual bill, it comes to 137. Okay. So you're saving $13 on a $15 or $150 bill every single month for the next 20 years. 10% markets are a free month of electricity every single year, guaranteed. It's another way to say it. I can get you a free month of electricity every single month, guaranteed, by becoming a community solar customer of mine. So that's how dual billing works. Once it goes consolidated, it'll all go back here. They'll just get the utility bill. Instead of 150, it'll say it's 137, and they just pay the 137 because they'll see a $13 credit come in for being on part of the farm. Hope that makes sense. I've been on a community solar farm for a little over 3 years. Okay. I love it. I just am so grateful that I did it. It was so early on in the program, but I did it because I believed in it and I knew what was going on in the state. I followed energy. So I was like, this is amazing. The only thing I said when I signed up for community solar 3.5 years ago, I said, I wish that there was a networking model, business networking, marketing company that did community solar. I just wish that there was one. And my brothers and I, we actually tried to work with a company to come up with something, but the company they were not nearly anywhere close to being able to do something like this. And then all of a sudden, Michael Falquist comes by 2 years ago and says, I got a great company coming. I'm going to launch it. And I'd love for you guys to help me launch this company. And it happened to be community solar network marketing. We were blown away because we knew the benefits of it. But anyway, so you look at my BG&E bill here in Maryland, it says other charges and credits, and it says $268.15. Down below, it says community solar credit of $268.15. So I paid BG&E $11.44. Okay, remember that. I paid $11.44 because I got a credit for $268. Now, here's my Nautilus bill that I get in dual bill. So I see solar credits was $268. That showed up on my utility bill, penny for penny. And then when I signed up 3.5 years ago, it was 25%. So I signed up when it was 25%. It was a brand new program. I was fortunate. So I'm saving $67.04. I pay Nautilus Solar $201.11 plus the utility of $11.44. Instead of paying $280, I'm paying $213. That's huge, right? So who wouldn't want to save that money? And the cool thing about all of our customers, when they get their statements from Dual Bill, they're going to see what their savings was this month, and they're going to see the accumulated savings from the day that they signed up. And that's going to start to blow their minds after they say, that was the best 5 minutes I ever spent with anyone in my life, was signing up as a community solar customer with you. Thank you for doing that with me. I'm telling you, it's amazing. So a couple little tips that I use in posturing myself. This kind of goes along with more of like recruiting a little bit, but instead of using cliche things like calling friends and family and saying, I got a great business opportunity, or, whatever people say that kind of turn people off, I try to position myself a little bit differently. Like, this is what I say. I do business development, or I'm a new market development for a company called Think Energy. It puts you into a totally different zone of how you're perceived on that call. When you're doing business development, you can go into LinkedIn and find a million companies that have business development people. All they are is salespeople that are trying to get new opportunities, partnerships and stuff. So hold on one sec. Something just happened on my phone. My job is to develop the market for a new state program and further the distribution for our products and services. Remember, at Think Energy, we are solving a challenge that everybody is experiencing. Higher energy costs are getting the best of everyone, everyone household, and we are uniquely able to combat this challenge. At Think Energy, we stabilize, reduce, and eliminate electricity costs. With the 1 through 3 year fixed rates, we stabilize someone with a fixed rate. Then we get them on community solar to reduce their costs with guaranteed savings. And then we introduce them to the Free Energy Club and eliminate their supply costs altogether. We call it the stabilize, reduce, and eliminate. Boom, done. So with that, folks, that kind of ends our training, but I wanted to let everybody know that I've been in the network marketing business for 15 years with one company for a very long time, and Think Energy now for, well, about a year and a half, right? That I've been working, building this thing. So in all those 15 years, we've had annual conventions, okay? And I can promise you, I've never felt about a convention like I feel about the first one that Think Energy is going to have this coming fall. I say that because we were always trying to get people to get to the convention. Like, come on, you got to get a ticket. You got to be in it to win it. You got to be in it to win it. You got to be in it to win it. And we were calling our team members saying, come on, you got to get registered. You got to get in. And it was always like a sales job on top of the network marketing business. Hated it, right? And we always wanted to fill the whole place and have no seats remaining. Well, I can honestly tell you for the first time in my network marketing career that we are going to sell out of this event. And I feel very good about that because there's going to be people that don't get tickets that aren't going to be able to go because it's sold out. We don't have any more room. I hate that, but that's the fact. So the company knows that, and they want to get the people that are passionate about the business now to commit to that convention because you're going to get major benefits for doing so. First off, right now through the end of this month, it's $79 for the ticket. Okay. That's it. $79 includes everything. If you wait until May 1st, it goes from 79 to 129. Makes no sense. If you're going to go commit, makes no sense to wait till May 1st. Also, when you enroll before the end of this month, you get 500 raffle tickets in for all the prizes. They're giving away 8 big prizes to raffle winners, the people who are at the convention that have raffle tickets in the jar. For buying a ticket, you get 500 of them. If you wait till May, not only are you going to pay $50 more, but you're also only going to get whatever the amount of days left before the convention are in raffle tickets. So for example, on May 1st, it'll be 191 days till the convention. You will only get 191 raffle tickets. The next day, you'll only get 190. And then all the way to the very end where you can get one, right? But my point is it's going to sell out. So get your tickets right now. Don't even wait any further. All right, with that, that's it, folks. That's all I got for you tonight. I'm not going to do Q&A because I want to just keep this a clean recording. We're going to be doing plenty of customer gathering stuff in the future, like every week where there's Q&A sessions going on at this company all the time. You just have to be plugged in. And if you are in a place where you feel like you're struggling and you went out and you tried to get customers and you got rejected, I know the feeling better than anybody. I've been rejected hundreds of times. By the way, the more you get rejected, the higher you go on rank. So just good news there. But if you're in that mode right now and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Nobody's listening to me. What am I doing wrong? Don't be afraid to reach out, to talk to your up team, to talk to the people that we are all here to help you succeed in this business. So if you are feeling at all any reservations about moving forward or hesitations because you got rejected or something happened, don't let it be the thing that makes you go into witness protection, because we've all been there and done that. Reach out and be the squeaky wheel, get the attention. You're going to find your up team is going to be more than willing to help you get on with the customer and help walk them through the process. Absolutely. We are here for you. We want you to succeed. That's the whole goal of this company. In corporate America, the only way to get to the top is to keep people down on the ladder. The only way to get to the top in this business is to reach down and help people come up the ladder. It's a different philosophy altogether. It's a beautiful philosophy. It's one that I love the most about the industry. So anyway, thanks so much, folks, for jumping on, learning about customer acquisition training tonight. Going to record this. It'll be available tomorrow. Thanks again. Share it with your teams. Let's get everybody getting at least 5 customers, because when you get 5, you come alive. Cheers, all.